Right. Yeah, we've done that. Evaluation completed. So we'll continue from translation. So when you talk about translation, we'll see first what setups need to be done. So we know what is the purpose of translation. It's all about converting functional currency balances into foreign currency for the purpose of consolidation. Right? The subsidiary book level, we have to convert all the functional balances to foreign currency. So to test this functionality, what setups we have to do? The rate types we have to define, otherwise if rate types are already available in the system, the same we can use. But in our class, what we'll do is we'll see how to create the rate types also. So first what we'll do is we'll create rate types. After creating the rate types, we'll go and assign the rate types to ledger. Say assign rate types to ledger as a default rate types. Then after that, what we can do is say set rates for rate types. Okay, what are the different type of rates we'll be using? For those, we'll set the rates. This exchange rates will be setting. So when we talk about rate types, basically we have three type of rate types, right? For translation, we use period end rate. Basically, period end rate will be using for assets and liabilities, and period average rates. Okay, period average rates for expense and revenue, and we have other rate type called as historical. This is basically for ownership nature of accounts. Okay, out of these three, we can assign period and average rates to ledger. That will do. After that, for these three rate types, we can go and set the rates. So after completing this activity, and one more point, when we are assigning the rate types at ledger level, it's mandatory we have to provide CT account, cumulative translation adjustment account, which is just mandatory as per this process. So after completing this, what we can do is we can go on to run the translation. Okay, we'll run the translation. So this is what we are going to do as a part of translation concept. First, we'll go and create the three type of rates we require, but historically we no need to create. Those are predefined in the system. Just we have to set the rate only. The first two types we have to define. If required, or else we can use existing rate types. Okay, let's go and create it. Okay, our username is Fusion. Enter password. So to define the rate types, you can go to the project, or else without entering into the project also you can define the rate types, because rate types are no need to map with the specific project. Here I can create from here also. I'll say daily rates. With this navigation, we can create the rate types also. Okay, search for the task called as manage daily rates. Click on the task. Now here you can see the rate type definition. The first one is rate types. And for the same rate types, you can set the rates also. And here itself, you can see historical rates. So here we can use existing rate types. Here already we have period end rate and period average rate. If you want to use, you can use it, or else there is always option to define it. Just let's see how to define. So click on create. You can give the name name as say fusion period and rate, and enable as okay the rate type inverse enforce inverse relation, means if you it will create vice versa. Okay, and we need one more rate type called as period average rates, say fusion period average rate. Same, just copy and paste here and enable the checkbox and say save and close. Okay, we're done with this task. The next task is we'll go and assign these rate types to ledger. So how to assign to the ledger, or how to set anything to ledger level by using the ledger options. Let me close this. Fine. Then go to implementation project, setup and maintenance. Say implementation projects. Click on overview. Open this project. Say specify ledger options. Click on go to task icon. Okay, here we have default period and rate type under default period average rate. Along with that, we have a CT account, cumulative translation adjustment account, where these three different rate related variants will hit to this account. So we'll just specify those rate types what we created. The first one is period end. So fusion period end rate and fusion period average rates. At the same time you can select CT account also here. Same how we do in ABS, we have here as this, no changes you can see. Just hardly user interface changes only we can see. The process wise setups are process wise. It is same, it's there as a hardware. So say cumulative translation adjustment account. Search for cumulative translation adjustment account. Yes, this is the account we require. Okay, and say okay. So we given CT account and we given these two rate types we set as a default at ledger level by using the ledger options. So save and close. Okay, now we have to set the rates. We created rate types. Out of three, two only required. Third one, there is no option to create, only we can use, which Oracle is given as predefined as a function. And rate types we assign to ledger by using the ledger specify ledger options. Now we have to set the rates for these three type of rates. We'll go and set the rates. To set the rates, we know the task, that is daily rates. So manage daily rates. Okay, sorry, I think there was some network issue. Okay, that was the reason it was delayed. Fine. Okay, just go to this task. Manage daily rates. Click on manage daily rates task. Now we can define those rates. Okay, so go to daily rates, and we know daily rates we can create any rates we can create through spreadsheet here. So click on create in spreadsheet. Just click on OK. Then click on yes to connect. So username is Fusion. Provide password. Just click on sign in. Say OK. Now here we can select from and to currency. So what we'll do is we'll do the translation. We have our primary ledger in USD. Let's do this translation in the other different currency. So we'll go with which currency first. We'll select USD, and so let's go with the AED. AED I'm selecting, and conversion rate. So already we created rate type, so period average rate, and here from and to date I'll say Feb 9th. You may set on which date. Just normally we know this will be running in the period, so accordingly you can set, or else you can give this date specification anything. I'll set from yesterday to till today date, because these instance will be residing somewhere under the, say here basically this server time is running as a 8th. That means this server is residing in the US. From US as a source, the cloud services they are providing. Okay, that is the reason when you are running any request and all, system will be considering as a date as 8th. That is the reason to make sure that what we are trying to execute to work, I'm just setting the date range from 8th to 9th. Okay, so Feb 8th and 2017. And here I'll say Feb 9th 17. Conversion rate, say $1 say equal to 4 AED. Let's say 4. Okay, this is all about period average rate. When I talk about period end rate, there will be some different rate. Say USD to say AED. And rate type is end rate. Same dates you may copy, or else you can go with just today date. It will work. There won't be an issue. But just by considering how system is running, I'm taking in this way. So end rate is something like, say, just to make some difference, I'm taking 3.5 AED. Okay, done. So these two rate types are enough here. Now you can submit. Say OK. So rows inserted successfully, 2 rows. Then say OK. Fine, done. Now we have to define the historical rates. Go to historical rates. We know historical rates will be using for ownership accounts. Select our ledger. So our ledger name is Fusion Fusion USA primary ledger, and here multiple values are coming, no issues. So seems there is some issue with this, no issues, it's not a mandatory to run this. Okay, then we define rates for period and average rates. So after that, what we have to do is, now we can go and run the translation. Okay, to run the translation, we'll take the navigation, go to navigator, and under general accounting, let's go to general accounting, go to period close. We do this translation as a period end activity. That is the reason they given that function as a part of period close task. Okay, go to task panel. Just make sure that the period is open. So now here we have a task called as translate balances. Click on this task. And one more point, I think I forgot that. So our ledger means our primary ledger balances we are going to translate, we are going to convert into which currency. Just now we defined the rates for AED. That means before you go and run the translation, so add AED currency as reporting currency at ledger. Okay, so since we are going to translate our functional currency, in this process generally we treat this as a subsidiary ledger. Okay, our ledger we have to treat as a subsidiary when you are doing translation based on the concept called as consolidation. So now we have to add AED currency as a reporting currency in our ledger, and we have to make sure that the conversion level would be balances, because this is a translation that should work balances level. Okay, let's go to ledger and we'll add this AED currency as a reporting currency, and we'll go and set the reporting related options. So before we go and run this, go to implementation project, say implementation projects, click on overview, open this project and search for reporting currencies, or currency we have, yes, currencies. So click on this task, manage reporting currencies, and already our ledger is selected, our primary ledger only selected as a scope, right? That we have to make sure. So now click on go to task. So now system will allow us to add reporting currency against this ledger for translation purpose. Finally the same name will be using in consolidation. So already we have a reporting ledger here, right? We have a reporting ledger. So apart from this, we are going to add AED also for reporting purpose. Just click on add. Here name I'll give Fusion AED. So we know when you are doing the consolidation, in that process, instead of our subsidiary ledger, this name only will get displayed as by reference our subsidiary ledger. So we have to give proper naming convention here. So we are going to do the reporting for what purpose? For translation. So I'll write the name in this way, so it will be easy for us to understand when you are doing the consolidation. So Fusion AED translation, and here conversion level is balance, and what is our target currency? AED. And since we given the rate types at ledger options, the same system is defaulting, and you can specify here how you want to do PTD or YTD. That specification you can give. Let's go with the PTD. Now say save and close. Save and close. Fine, done. Now we can run the translation. Say run translation. So go to navigator. And under General accounting, select task called as period close. Okay, so go to task panel, say translate balances. So now by default, since we assign the roles which are related to Fusion USA primary ledger to this user, system is defaulting automatically. Once we create any ledger, system will create the data access with the same name. The same system is selecting. This is same name with the same name. System creates a data access set, but actual name is this is what we created. Both are same. And within this ledger, we selected AED as a reporting by in the level of balances. That is the reason the same name system is defaulting here. AED currency it is defaulting because in the reporting currency, when you are creating, we selected balances that is related to translation. So system is defaulting from there, and you want to run this translation for which period? Say Feb. Hope we have a transaction for Feb. And same as EBS, if you want to run this for specific balance and segment value, you can select here, or else you can submit. System will run for all balance and segment values. Then click on submit. Okay, now we'll go to the schedule process to see the progress of the job which system submitted to translate the balances. System is running, so refresh so that it will be completed. Okay, done. It's succeeded. If there are no transactions, no balances to translate, it will end with the error or some warning. Okay, that's how you can notice. Now balances are translated. Now this translated balances we can use for consolidation. Okay, now let's look into consolidation. Okay, so now the balances we have in the AED. The AED balances say we have to report to consolidation ledger. Now let's look at this consolidation so that we can understand this complete process. The translated balances will be moving to consolidation ledger. When I talk about consolidation, here, so let's see what setups required. The first will create the consolidation ledger. So here whatever we translated, the result you can see will be moving to consolidation ledger. There we can see so that we can understand as those are translated. Otherwise you can run the report also, like in EBS, we'll run the report trial balance translation. The same here also you can run the report and you can see the results. But anyway, directly we can see in the consolidation. So consolidation ledger. First we'll create the consolidation ledger. Say create consolidation ledger. And when you create any ledger, it's a mandatory here. We have to specify the ledger options. Say specify ledger options. And we have to review and submit accounting configuration for this. So review and submit accounting configuration. Okay, we'll review and submit accounting configuration. After that, we know we have to do the mapping. Okay, what we can do is say create COA mapping between subsidiary chart of accounts and consolidation chart of accounts. After completing that, you can create new user, because to test this functionality definitely we should have a separate user. And the moment you create the consolidation ledger, of course actual point is when you review and submit, at that point of time system will create the data rows for consolidation ledger. So the consolidation ledger related data rows we have to assign to this new user. Say assign consolidation ledger data roles to user. And as a standard process, we'll run LDAP. After running LDAP, and what we have to do is we have to open the periods. Say open periods in consolidation ledger. Once periods are open, we can move these consolidation related balances from subsidiary ledger to consolidation ledger. Say transfer ledger balances from subsidiary to consolidation. You may call it as subsidiary and consolidation, or else child and parent. Any naming convention we can use. And after that, after transferring the balances from subsidiary to consolidation ledger, okay, subsidiary to, let's write as a consolidation ledger, we'll go and find the balances are transferred to consolidation ledger, and say find translated balance. Okay, the translated balances related journals in consolidation ledger. Okay, what are the balances you translated by using translation? Whether those are transferred to consolidation ledger, we'll go and check. Say find translated balances journals in consolidation ledger. Okay, this is the actual process which we follow. Let's do one by one. First, we'll go and create the consolidation ledger. The same as for primary ledger, how we create primary ledger, in the same way we are going to create the consolidation ledger. Let's do it. So go to implementation project, setup and maintenance. Click on implementation projects. Click on overview. Open the project. Just search for the task called as manage primary ledger. Click on this task. Click on go to task icon. Just naming convention is different. Okay, the process wise remains same. Okay, here I'll give the name as say Fusion Consolidation Ledger. I'll say Fusion UAE Consolidation Ledger. Okay. Here when we are doing the consolidation, we know same as EBS, we can have a different chart of accounts, or you may have similar chart of accounts. Okay, if you have a similar chart of accounts, that means we are going to have similar segments. In that case, we can use the segment rules. If segments are not similar, still you can do the mapping by using the account rules. So here let's use the same chart of accounts. So here's what we have: Fusion Accounting FlexField instance, and you can use our accounting calendar. So that is Fusion 13. And currency, we are going to do the consolidation in which currency? AED. Select UAE. Okay, dirham. That's all. Anyway, since the consolidation, we are not going to have any subledger related transaction process. I'm just ignoring accounting method. So save and close. Created. The primary ledger, consolidation ledger we created. Now we'll go and specify the ledger options. Here itself you can see. So just specify ledger options. Click on go to task icon. we just routed to USA primary ledger. We should go to consolidation ledger. So we have to change the scope, because within the scope we have Fusion USA primary ledger, but now we have to set ledger options for consolidation ledger. So click on this scope related ledger, and here you can select, say select and add, click on apply, search for which ledger you want to set ledger options, Fusion, search, and for this ledger we want to set ledger options, Fusion UAE consolidation ledger, select and click on save and close. Okay, basically that should be save and open. Fine, anyway, just let's provide a retained earnings account as a mandatory within the ledger options. Select, finance department, account is retained earnings. Just say okay, then save and close. The next step is we have to review and submit this consolidation ledger definition. So for the activity here itself, you can see the task, you see under define secondary ledger we have that review and submit accounting configuration. Basically that should be under primary ledger related, but they given in this sequence the same we have to follow. The task name is review and submit accounting configuration. Based on this action, what system will do is system will create the data rows, and within the chart of accounts what information we have and our primary ledger related all the information system will submit into S-base cubes, okay, which is required for reporting. We'll see before we start with the reporting concept. We'll discuss and we'll proceed. For now that is not required. Now you just already within the scope it got selected Fusion UAE consolidation ledger. For that only we have to complete. So click on go to task icon. Then click on submit. If you see here the status you can see as a completed only, but if you go and search from the manage ledgers, there you will find it as incomplete. So you should submit. Say okay. Okay, done. So we created a consolidation ledger. We specify ledger options and we reviewed and submitted accounting configuration. Done. Now what we have to do is we have to create the COA mapping between subsidiary and consolidation ledger chart of accounts. Let's go and do it. Just search for chart of accounts mapping. Yeah, correct. So task name is manage chart of accounts mapping. If you remember, the same task we used to do the mapping for the concept called as secondary ledger. Even in EBS also, if you want to create a mapping, we'll use the same function. Okay, for it can be secondary ledger purpose or consolidation related purpose. If you are going to do the mapping between the two chart of account, we'll be using the same function or same task. So click on this task. So where is that task? So manage chart of accounts mapping. Scroll little down. So this is a task, manage chart of accounts mappings. Click on go to task icon. Say create. Click on create. Give the name as Fusion, subsidiary COA and consolidation COA mapping. In short, I am writing Fusion. S stands for subsidiary. Subsidiary chart of accounts, and C stands for consolidation. Consolidation chart of accounts mapping. Okay. And here we have to specify a target and a source chart of accounts. Target means consolidation ledger chart of accounts. If you have similar whatever the chart of accounts you have forever, target chart of accounts nothing but consolidation or say parent ledger related, that you have to select here. Okay, whatever the chart of account used as a part of consolidation ledger, that we have to select here. So that is Fusion accounting FlexFill instance. It's nothing but accounting chart of account structure. So source chart of accounts, we are using the same. Okay, you can use different or same. So I'm just selecting it. Now here you can see the target chart of account related segments. Those we have to map with source chart of accounts. To do that, what you can do is, now we are using the segment rules. The reason, the segments are similar from the two chart of accounts. If not similar, we'll go with account rule, where we map multiple accounts with single account of parent. Okay, the target will be multiple source account balances will be moving to single target account. That's how we'll do it. But now we have a similar segments. We can go and set up. So just click on this mapping method. I'll go with option as a copy value from source. I'll select the source name and source segment name, company, and here department to department, account to account you can specify. Otherwise, remaining options same as EBS. How you set the same approach you can follow. So account, here say copy value from source, and which segment, account to account. That's all. So this is how we do the mapping. Then say save and close. So we're done with this. Okay, now what is the next task? To test this functionality, we have to create the new user. Let's go and create the new user. So click on done. So manage job roles. Go to administration. Create new user. So what name we can give? Say Fusion COL. Say for consolidation purpose. Select organization. Here we have accelerate users dummy value to select as organization. So user type, any value you can select, and user login name and password. Then click on save. Now assign consolidation ledger related roles to this user. That means we are going to allow this user to access consolidation ledger. So you can search for consolidation ledger, say name, Fusion UAE consolidation ledger. The roles already created by system. Assign these data roles to user. Sorry. And just click on add. And we know after assigning the roles, we have to run the LDAP. From this user, anytime if you want to run the scheduled processes and all, we know you have to assign employee role, so that system will allow this user to submit the scheduled processes, reports or programs, or you can call it jobs. Click on search and assign employee role also to the user, but not mandatory. If at all you are going to run scheduled process, then it is required. Otherwise, to test this functionality, this is not at all required. Now submit LDAP job. Go to schedule process. LDAP, search, submit. Submit. Here it takes minimum 5 minutes time, I guess. So before system complete this job completion, just let's take 2 minutes break here. Okay. Meantime, I'm going to stop the recording also. Fine. It's not yet completed. I think even the status is running, we can expect the background updates takes place. So that's our experience. We can just proceed on this, no issues. We don't need to wait till it complete. So here we created a user, and we assigned required roles, and we submitted LDAP. Hope the role synchronization has happened. Even front-end status is not showing as succeeded. Now the next step is, so open periods in consolidation ledger. So log out from the current user. So our new user is Fusion CON. Just enter password and reset the password. So submit. So now here you can navigate from Springboard also. This we call as Springboard. Or else you can go to Navigator. Let's try from here. So click on General Accounting and go to Paid Close Task. We can see the Feb period status has never opened. Click on the status, and it will ask us to open the first period. In our accounting calendar, first period is John. Say OK. Yes. So select Feb and say open period. Fine. Let's wait till this period will open. Yeah. Now you can sign out from this user and log into application as a Fusion user. Now what is the next step? Transfer ledger balances from subsidiary ledger to consolidation ledger. So this is our here we have our subsidiary. So to transfer, you can go to schedule process. Go to schedule process. So schedule new process. Say just search with the ledger balances. You can find the job name. That would be something like transfer. Transfer ledger balances. This is a task name. A job name. Select, and what is the purpose? It transfers balances from one ledger to another ledger. That can be any ledger. Okay, we have to select as a parameters. Say okay. Now select source ledger. From which ledger you want to transfer. Source ledger, by representing our subsidiary ledger, we added currency for reporting purpose. That means for translation. That name we have to select here. So the name is Fusion. So what the name we given? Fusion USA primary ledger. So we have name and this is the one. Okay. So because within this ledger, USA primary ledger, we have like functional currency balances, nothing but USD. Okay, that USD balances we translated, those information will be holded by this title only, this name. So this one we have to select. Fusion AED translation. This is what we have to select. And our targeted ledger is Fusion UAE consolidation ledger. And chart of accounts mapping, yes we did. That is Fusion subsidiary chart of account and consolidation chart of accounts mapping. The account type, so let's go with the PTD. And source ledger period, from which period you want to transfer, say Feb. And target ledger period, say Feb. And run journal import in the consolidation ledger, yes. Select create summary journals, set yes. Run automatic posting also. And if you want to do this for specific balance and segment value, you may select here, but not mandatory. If you don't select, it will run for everything. Submit. Say okay. Now, what are the translated balances we have in the subsidiary ledger? Those will be transferred to consolidation ledger. import is ended with a warning. Let's see how the posting is going to work. Okay, meantime we'll just go and open consolidation ledger also. Let's see why it's a warning. Even sometimes it gives warning we no need to consider. Let's see. I hope that is the case now. We are at. Okay, let's see something here. Must be with output file. Current date is 9th Feb. It was imported with warning. Okay. The import successfully, or it was imported with error. Not all of your data was imported successfully, or it was imported. Process executes after successful execution. Okay, let's see that. Once we're done with that, we'll come back to this if required. Still posting is running. Meantime, just will go on to verify the journals are transferred or not. Go to task panel, say manage journals. Say accounting period as Feb and such. We'll go and verify GR periods are open or not. Web open for this. Okay. Okay, so it should work. The current time is 9 to or something. Not all of your data was imported successfully. It was imported with error. You must review the output file. Any other clues in that? Insert 0 report, GL import reference processed. Okay, were not important. Okay, batches listed under unbalanced batches were not important. So let me take into this for we'll look into those issues. So what is the issue here? So group ID is also the issue. Fusion mapping, fusion machine done. Error lines. Period error codes. No, what is error code here? We have okay EU02. EU02. The journal entry is unbalanced and the suspense posting is not allowed in the ledger. Okay. So seems to we have some unbalanced. Okay. So seems to here we have unbalanced. Now what we'll want to do it here is I'll just try to set suspense account at consolidation ledger level and we'll try. Anyway, here already we done with the translation also. Again going and finding the journals, that may be a big task for us. Just we'll go and enable the suspense. Say primary ledger. Sorry, yes. Ledger options, specify ledger options we have to go right. Let's go to consolidation ledger options. Just say if any unbalanced also it should allow by taking the account called as suspense account just to complete this process. Here you can set default suspense account. Take any one of them, no issues. Say save and close. Now we'll go and run once again the same job. Go to schedule process. The job name is transfer ledger balances. Select say OK. and specify the parameters from which ledger to which ledger. Source ledger is Fusion AED translation. Target ledger. Select mapping set. Amount type say PGD. Source from source Feb related to here Feb, and enable submit. We'll set our primary ledger level also. But already we done the translation. It should not happen in that case, no issues. So go to specify ledger options, here select your subsidiary ledger. That is nothing but Fusion USA primary ledger. So against this only we did the translation, the process of consolidation, that's what we are selecting, but that always will refer this ledger only. Okay. So say transfer ledger balances. Just say submit. Okay, seems to there are some unbalanced journal entries we have, so that is resulting this warning. Same we could see in the log file. So hope it will work fine now. Okay, what we got? consolidation ledger. Just we pass that parameters, right? Why it is still coming? Same U2. The journal entries unbalanced and suspense posting is not allowed in the ledger. We enabled it, right? We enabled, right? It's not. Let's go and verify once again. Oh, what happened? Just this we given, right? UAE consolidation ledger, but it's missing. Suspense account. Says save and close. Let me reopen. It's not taking why. It's okay, maybe something wrong with that account. Whatever we have, no issues. I'll use some different account here. Let's see, it may accept in this case. Once again, I'll check back. Yeah, it's not accepted. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, I think you have to enable that suspense
Where?
in the checkbox.
Where we have to enable?
Enable.
Sorry?
You have to enable that enable suspect checkbox at the general ledger accounting level.
No. See, in 11i we have that option. From release to all they removed. They give an account only. If you set that account, that is everything. Enabling and giving the account.
Yeah, there are options if you see enable suspense checkbox.
Where? Which one you are referring?
On the top of that only. In the default suspense account, on the top of that you have the two checkboxes. Enable suspense for general ledger and sub-ledger account.
Oh, this is what you are referring. Okay, okay. No, but because this is okay, fine, okay. Correct, yes, this might be the reason. But we did without enabling this for a few some cases. Okay. Maybe okay. This definitely this is a valid point in this case. Okay, this may be the reason it's not accepting. Fine. Okay, let's try variably. Even in R12 also we don't have something we have to enable. Straight away we have to provide account only, it should work. Okay, let's see.
Yes, in R12 we don't have any.
Yeah. Checkbox. Let's try. Okay, thanks for this hint here. Okay, let's try. Just save and close. In that case, first of all, system should not open that field if any one of the checkboxes is not enabled. That should be like that. Fine, great. Maybe that is the reason it is rejecting every time. So done. Let's try now. Thank you. It's a very valid point here. So I was not focusing on that checkbox. So go and submit the schedule process. Say transfer ledger balances. Click on search. Save. Just redo this. Say OK and specify those parameters. Source ledger, our translation information where we have that name we have to select. Vision AED, target ledger. Okay, in this case we don't need to go and set suspense account specification in a normal primary ledger level. Just for testing point of view, I was just trying with that also. That's all. So then say submit. Great, done. Then import is happened, so posting will happen automatically, no doubt. Now we can switch to consolidation ledger. There we can find this journal. Only the problem with some lines are not getting balanced, since there is some variance. Fine. So then completed. Now just we can go to consolidation ledger. Let me refresh this. Go to manage journals. So period is Feb. Then scroll down, you can see the journal. For Feb month, what are the translated balances we have, all are reported to consolidation ledger. The same approach in EBS also we do the same. Here also we are doing the same. But there in case of consolidation, wherever we will be selecting that values, that everything will be in the form and will be just submitting transfer. But here they are given as a job. So here you can find out all that information. Okay, there is some variance that system is taking into suspense line. we're not sure on just where it went. Maybe some journals are passed, we left, or we don't know. Like, so just for testing, we are passing, right? So somewhere there was some mismatch. Right. This is all about how we can do this. How we can move the balances from subsidiary, and I mean how to translate, how to move to the consolidation ledger.